Hey girls, I wanted to go. Let there be light. I wanted to go live and give you guys I wanted to make a video on this the other day, but then I forgot. Typical me. If I don't do something like immediately when I get the inspiration to do it, then I like lose, I don't know, I lose that inspired moment. So, I was just thinking the other day about posting and just how I go about my day. And, you know, the posting is so important because we need people to be interested in us. We need people to be interested in our life. So, you know, I always say it's like such a fine balance between like giving people information, like, you know, adding value to their life, but also entertaining them, entertaining them with your story, with who you are. And as I go about my day, I'm always just thinking, like the question that always pops in my mind is, how can I share this? And that is how I pull people into my story. So, you know, whatever I might be doing, going about my day, making my breakfast, making something, packing my kids' snacks, driving my kids to school and I get to go in my pajamas because I get to work at home, or, you know, going to the grocery store and not having to like worry about putting things in my cart because like, do I have enough this week because, you know, we don't get paid till Fridays. Like all these little things that have changed in my life because of coaching and Beachbody, I always ask myself, how can I share this? How can I share this? And it's so important to be, you know, they call them jabs, to be giving people these jabs. Jabs are little posts that you do every day that are not call-out posts. The call-out post is what we call a right hook. And that's when you kind of like knock them out. And you knock them out with the right hook because you've been doing these little jabs. You know, the jabs can be about like your health and fitness journey, things that you're doing, just posts that aren't specifically asking them to do something, aren't asking them to join a group, aren't asking them to reach out to you, aren't asking them to do anything. It's just posting. Those are all the jabs. So then when you give that right hook, that call out, they've been jabbed so many times that they just can't stand it. And now they will take action, whatever you're asking them to do. So, you know, like I said, that's also with, you want to leave nuggets about coaching too. If you're someone that wants to build a business, that wants to eventually build a team, you know, that takes time to find quality people. And I always go right back to that. You know, for me, I don't typically find coaches that are just like, yeah, I want to start coaching. Almost all my coaches come from the challenge groups. They're people that have gotten results with the program. They have that foundation as a base for their business. And then it's just natural for them to transition into coaching. And so my strategy always goes back to finding people to do the challenge group and then working my ass off to get them the results. And so for me, that beginning time is so important. I do a call. I talked about that the other day. I get them engaged immediately. I get them planning on doing a round with us, three straight rounds with us. Because at that point I know that this will be a new lifestyle for them. So these are all ways that I set these people up for success. So it might seem like a little bit more work in the beginning, but it's going to pay off over time, because if these people get engaged and they're getting a successful program, they're going to stay. And after that first 3 months, they're kind of doing their own thing at that point, you know, like they're going to check in with you. You're always going to be their coach and their mentor. But at that point, I don't want to say the work is done. But at that point, they're likely to transition over into a coach, and then a different kind of work starts. But again, once you get them going, then that's going to pay off in the long run. Okay, so moving on to you on steroids is kind of how I was thinking it today. If you don't know who you are as a person, you probably are not going to succeed in this business. That's why the personal development is so important, because if you don't know who you are, you can't convey who you are to everyone else. If you don't know who you are, you can't be you on steroids on social media, drawing people in. I play a character. I don't play a false character. It's myself. I'm playing myself on social media. It's just like reality TV, really. I am myself on steroids. I know that what encompasses me, like the main 4 things, and I focus on that. So for me, I'm a foodie, okay? I'm a nutritious foodie. I also have this like comical aspect to most of my posts. I've got the spiritual aspect. That's where like my whole like the fit Fuda comes in, like the Buddha part of it. Like that all comes from the personal development and the whole law of attraction and all of that. That's me. And then there's the fitness side of it. Now the weightlifting and all of that. I'm a mom. I love all things natural. You know, these are the things that encompass who I am as a person. These are the kind of people that I want to attract, because those are the people that are going to eventually become my tribe. And if you don't know who you are, you're not going to be able to be you on steroids to your followers. And then they're just not going to care. They're just not going to care to follow you because you're not entertaining them. People want to be entertained. That's what social media is about. And the way we rock it is because we entertain, but we also add value to their life. You know, a reality show is entertaining, but that's not adding any value to your life. We add value and we also entertain. So we do it all. That is how we build our following. That's how we build our business. So, moral of the story, you can't be on steroids until you know who you are. So if you don't know who you are, I would recommend taking a little piece of paper out. Again, this is one of those exercises that if you want to be successful in this business, don't just be like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Like, do it. It'll take a few minutes. And if you can't write down some things that encompass who you are, then you need to do some soul searching. You really need to dive into that personal development, which, you know, I'm a personal development freak. And if you aren't doing personal development, that's where you need to start. Also, if you're not listening to the wake up calls, they're so they're just so motivational and so such a huge catalyst to moving your business forward. The best way to do it, download the Team Beachbody app to your phone. You can download them all right onto podcasts. If you don't know how to get like the podcasts on your phone, or if you have an Android, the app is called Pocket Casts. I can help you learn how to do that. It's free. I listen in my car. I listen when I go for a jog. I listen, you know, when I get up in the morning. I am constantly trying to better myself as a person, because that's how we help other people better themselves, and that's how we move our business forward. So I hope that tip helps you guys today. Hope you're having an awesome Wednesday, and I love you all. Bye, girls.